it's really shallow off in that direction. Okay, next point, about 100 feet away. Yeah, I don't know, this might be shallow too, but may as well try. I'm right on top of a big swirly tide line, which is perfect. You can see the kind of swirled up water there where the tide meets and pushes everything around. That is a snag. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Oh, I think I got it out. Felt like it pulled out of weeds, not broken off in the bottom. Well, maybe I was actually snagged on a rock, because that is not how this used to be bent. That definitely looks like it bent the lead jig to pop out of the rock. It's a little bit more normal. Looks good. Looks rocky, looks like it could have a steep drop off. I think it is really shallow, like deepest 20 feet. All right, let's pack up. Gonna do about a 1 kilometer walk here. Over on to a new spot. Oh wow, yeah, I wasn't catching anything with that. I didn't even notice that. How long has my hook been bent like that? Whoa. Is that a fossil? Okay, 10 or 15 minutes later, now arrived to a spot I already know. Let's get started. Oh yeah, it's already way deeper, even casting kind of into the mouth of the bay here than it was in those other spots I was just fishing. I already know there's a bunch of little rockfish in this bay, but I also caught a Greenling once. So that's really what I'm hoping for, because the Greenling that are in shallow can be much bigger than the rockfish that tend to hang around in the shallow water. And obviously a Lingcod would be amazing. Try a cast into the shallow stuff. You never know what might be in the shallow stuff. It's only about 15 or 20 feet deep in there, but I've caught big Lingcod in shallower than that. And big dogfish in this kind of shallow water too. Never know. There's something. Doesn't feel big. Feels like a rockfish. Be a Greenling, come on. Be a nice Greenling. It is a rockfish, as expected. There's definitely a lot of these dudes around. Shake the hook out. Come on, shake the hook out. Okay, I'll get you unhooked. Please don't spine me. Don't do that. All right, nice little Rocky. See you later, Rocky. I was hoping this big, aggressive 3-ounce herring jig would sift through a few of those little rockfish and search for something bigger, but doesn't look like it. It's definitely a sandy bottom in there. There could be flounder. There's something. Okay, this feels better. Oh yeah, this feels much better. What is this? No, it's off. Oh, no way. That's the biggest fish I've hooked in this bay in the past 3 videos that I've made here. Really wonder what that was. I bet it was a big Greenling. It was fighting like one. When you're fishing shallow from shore, you always really wonder what it is when you hook something bigger. There's something. Very small. There's something. Hit hard. Oh yeah, feels better. Oh yeah, this is another solid fish. Feels almost as big, maybe as big as, yeah, it definitely feels, yeah, this is as big as whatever the other thing I lost was. Maybe it is a school of Greenling. Because this feels exactly the same size. I'm betting this is a Greenling. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, well, I was right about one part of it. That is a Greenling. Unfortunately, it's a small, very small Greenling, and it's snagged in the side. I think that confirms the other thing was also a Greenling, but, and yeah, I'm just gonna release that guy. He's very, very small. That means the other fish definitely was a Greenling, but I'm hoping that it was not also a snagged one, obviously. And if it wasn't, then that other one that I lost would have been way bigger than that one I just released. Good sign though. There's gotta be a school of Greenling down there now that I know that. I'm gonna zero right in on that zone. Of course, there's only so many I can pull out of a school like that before they smarten up. But that might be remedied by me changing lures. All right, let's try making like a really frenzied look to this thing. Just bouncing it off the bottom. And then a slow pickup. That was a hit. There's a fish. Oh, it's off. Something like that presentation. Maybe should have kept that little Greenling. Not sure if I would have, but I'm not sure if it's legal to keep them snagged. Oh, there's something. Oh, that's bigger. Oh, it's off. That was the biggest thing I've hooked. No, that was the biggest thing I've hooked. That was a fish. There he is. Got him. Nope, another rockfish. Best rockfish of the day. Might though, this is actually a solid one. Oh yeah, this is a solid one. Maybe a keeper. You might be coming home with me. I think you are. Limit for rockfish is 1, and that's not a giant, but in terms of what's in this super shallow water that I'm fishing from shore, that's about as big as they get that I've seen in the past few days I've been here in this bay, so that guy's coming home with me. There's some. Feels all right. Huh. Look at that. That is a new species. And just a beautiful colored thing too. What's up, little dude? That right there is a juvenile Lingcod. Too small to keep. You can see he's got the very deep blue jaws and belly there. Just a beautiful fish. Okay, little ling. See ya. There's something. Feels pretty good. Oh yeah. Could be a good Greenling. Oh yeah. This feels big. This feels solid. Not huge, but big enough. Oh no, he's got himself in a rock. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna try and let him swim out. Gonna give him some slack. Whatever it is, just swam under a rock or I pulled him under. Lost him, damn. Well, that was a pretty solid fish. All right, well, casting into the mouth of the bay is definitely producing a bit, but I'm gonna see if I can get on top of that big rock right there and cast out into the big water. Definitely deeper than the bay out there. Either that or I have a fish on. Oh, I've got a fish on, never mind. Oh, it's off. That felt big. That felt really big. That was just huge weight for a few seconds. Oh my God. No way. Look at that hook. It broke the hook off. Whatever that, I think the hook was weakened because you saw early. Oh my God, the hook was weakened because you saw, I gotta go replace this now. The hook was weak because you saw earlier today, I bent the hook on a huge snag. I'm using 30-pound test, so, you know, I was able to bend the hook and get this out of a snag. And that probably weakened it just enough for whatever the hell that big thing was to do that. Look at that. Just severed. That was a big fish. All right, well, last bit of daylight here, and I'm not gonna replace the hook and use that same jig. I'm gonna bring out the big guns and start chucking. Oop, piece of plastic went in the crack, I'll grab it. I'm gonna bring out the big guns and chuck on this, I believe 3/8. No, this, I think this is a 1/2 ounce jiggy coochie jig. Oh yeah. Of course, the sun starts turning orange. You saw it light up there. The sun just went out from behind a cloud right now to show that jig off in the beautiful orange sunset. That's perfect lighting for this jig color too. Looks good, let's try it. Get you off, you battle-hardened veteran of a jig. That thing has seen better days, but I'll definitely still use it again. Maybe I'll repaint it a little bit. Okay, let's get this thing in the water. These hoochie jigs are one of my favorite lures, not just for bottom fish, but for salmon, both in the ocean from shore and from a actual boat or a kayak. I've caught had some amazing Chinook fishing using the green and black hoochie jig by Jig Geek in the ocean from my kayak, but also caught my personal best coho in a river twitching this same hoochie jig. Super, super versatile lure. And I believe Jig Geek is coming out with, or has come out with about half the size, you know, a line of mini hoochie jigs rather. And I'm super excited to chuck this year in the river fishing season. I'm betting those might absolutely smash in lower water when the coho and chum and Chinook are a little more tentative, a little less bitey. Speaking of that, there's a fish. What do we got? First cast on the hoochie jig. Rockfish. Damn, dude, you're only about an inch longer than the actual hoochie. What are you doing? What's the goal there? I don't know what this dude's plan was, but he believes in himself, so that's all that matters. Dark little rockfish. Okay, second cast with the hoochie jig. See what we get. The thing I really love about these hoochie jigs is that because it's a ½ ounce of weight on that head, it really does cast well. Like, I'm not even losing that much casting distance between this and the 2.5 or 3 ounce herring jig. But because it has that huge rubber hoochie and that big profile, it falls quite a bit slower. So you can really, oh, there was a fish. So you can fish it for quite a bit longer. You can fish it, there's the fish. You can be more aggressive with it and go shallower too. And it works great because it has this darting action side to side. That's why it can really clean up if standard twitch jigs don't work in the rivers for salmon, because it has a very distinct different action jumping from side to side instead of up and down purely. But it's also able to be fished a bit slower if you want to. Another little rocky. All right. Obviously, this thing's popular with the rockfish. We'll see if there's something that I actually... Let's try and get something I can actually keep, though. Oh, something picked it up. Right on the drop after casting. Let's hop it along the bottom a little bit. There's fish. Ooh, feels better. Could be a Greenling. Could be a Greenling. Feels a little bit better. Doesn't actually feel heavier, but it has head shakes that feel bigger. What is that? No, another rockfish. False alarm. False alarm, just me getting too excited. Another pretty decent rockfish. If I hadn't kept that other one, probably would keep this guy. Okay, don't spine me. Don't spine me. Don't pee on me either. Okay, see ya. Definitely a popular lure with the rockfish. Not sure if it's the color pattern or the presentation itself, but definitely a popular rockfish lure. If the limit was higher, or if you live anywhere where there is a higher limit than just one per day, get you one of these things, because they are, this thing's cleaning up. It's all in about 10 minutes. I've got those rockfish. Try a bit shallower, farther into the bay. I think that school of Greenling, though, I might have spooked, might have moved out of the bay, because I haven't seen a sniff of a Greenling for quite a while. But I'm not giving up yet. Should be able to stay here 30 more minutes before I have to get out. There's fish. It's a big rock there, so try and get them out quick. Ooh, maybe a little too quick. Just another rockfish. How's it going, Chief? Sure, a lot of you guys around, eh? See ya. Oh, there's a hit. There's a fish. Off. Damn, this... My God, the hoochie jig just non-stop. Compared to the herring style jig, it's just... I thought maybe there just wasn't as many rockfish around as those past few videos I've made in this bay. But that's not what's going on. Just need to find something they like. There's one. And they love this hoochie jig. Even more than the soft plastic swim bait that I did so well on in the first video I made here. But kind of too little too late, I already kept one. These guys are all small anyway, still loads and loads of fun. See ya. Yeah, there's fish. Another little rockfish. I do think so. Yeah, another little rockfish. Smallest one of the day. All right, that's where I gotta end it off. It's getting real late. Don't want to be heading back in the dark. So, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for participating today, little rockfish. And thanks to this lure for doing pretty damn good for the last 10 minutes fishing. I'm gonna head out. See ya next time.